19 and running for president of the United States. Here's what I'm gonna do when I'm elected.
Okay, cool. I seen this chick around, and you know what? I'm trying to become governor one day of California. So, you know, if I'm ever going to be serving under her, I really want to know what her policies are, what she's going to be doing for this country, bro.
So the first thing I want to do is I want to eliminate all corporate lobbying.
Why? Why don't corporations who fund the economy of the country get a say in what goes on in the country that they live in, that they employ millions of people in?
I want to end insider trading. I want to make the government less corrupt.
Oh my goodness, what a saint. Because I remember Trump had that campaign slogan. Everyone remember "Make America More Corrupt"? Wasn't that his campaign slogan? I mean, everyone's just going around saying they want to make America more corrupt, right?
9/11 was bad.
I agree with that.
And the main driving force of this would be a law that I'd sign. It would limit campaign contributions to $1,000 a person and ban corporations from funding our elections.
Yeah, so just wildly unfair to people who have worked their ass off to get $100K, $200K a year and want to donate $10,000 to Trump. Like, that's just so unfair, dude. I don't even see a problem with corporations donating all their fucking money to Trump if they really wanted to. It's not like that's going to buy votes, right? All that does is really buy the advertising. But once you get into the two parties, I mean, people are just going to vote for whoever they want. It doesn't really matter who has more money besides maybe like ads. But that's not really the concern. I don't give a fuck how much money. It's America, bro. And it really just comes down to why 1,000, why not 2,000, why not 500, why not any random number? And we just keep going up and up and up until we get to, $1 billion. So it's either we do as much as we want or we donate none at all. These are the only two acceptable responses for corporate lobbying.
The second thing I want to do is make the economy fairer for all.
So besides the Lois Griffin moment here, the economy is already fair. Whatever you put in is what you get out. If you have a lot of value to the market, you will get a lot of money back. Jeff Bezos is rich, not because he just spawned in with the money, but because he built a company which employs 1.5 million people. He adds so much, and he has 2-day shipping. He adds so much value to the market. So of course he's going to get paid more than some single mom, right? Who's just raising a kid and working at McDonald's.
I want to break up big monopolies that are causing our prices to be sky high.
Okay, this is good. She wants to break up the monopolies. I'm all for that. Hopefully this chick doesn't advocate for freaking socialism, which we already seen in California raises the corporate tax rate. You have to. So all the corporations flee, leaving only a select few, which cause a monopoly of lower wages and higher prices. Hopefully she doesn't advocate for socialism, because that would lead to monopolies, right? Like, hopefully this chick is not that stupid.
Food a human right, water a human right.
Yep, I shouldn't got my hopes up. She's young, she's 19, but she's actually a year older than me. Syndey, look at California. Okay, they tried making food a human right. They tried giving everyone food stamps. What happened? You need to get the money from somewhere because food is not free. Farmers are not free. Their labor is not free. Neither is collecting water free or purifying it free. It costs something. Where do you get the money from? Oh, we'll just get the money from the corporations. Okay, tax them 8%. What happened? The corporations left. They fled. That made a monopoly in California. So only a few corporations are left, and they own the entire market. That's why wages are so low. Okay, well now there's no corporations. Let's just tax the citizens out the wazoo, 13% higher than any other state. Syndey, it doesn't work. It's actually, you talk about rights, but if you made water and food a human right, no matter how lazy you are, that means that somebody else has to work to get it and not get paid. That's called slavery, Syndey. That's called slavery. That's not a right.
And end discrimination once and for all.
Oh my gosh, you can't get more Lois Griffin than this, bro. What is this, Martin Luther King, dude? You're not Martin Luther King, bro. Calm down, dude. But no, let me take her seriously here for a second. You want to end discrimination? Okay, so you want to impede on people's First Amendment rights then. I thought you just said earlier that you want to protect constitutional rights.
Secure human rights for all. Both constitutionally mandated rights.
So which one is it, Lois Griffin? Do you want to be the great savior Martin Luther King fascist and just make sure nobody can ever discriminate and have their own opinions ever again? Or do you want to support the First Amendment in the Constitution? Which one is it?
The fourth thing I want to do is lower taxes for the people.
No, you don't. You literally just advocated for making food and water human rights, which would increase the taxes to pay for that. What are you talking about, bro?
And corporate tax loopholes for the rich.
And then they're going to leave to somewhere else that doesn't have those same loopholes, and then you're going to be out of a job and you're going to have ruined the economy. You're also going to have made the monopoly that you don't want to make. What is this chick? Bro, this chick is like when a 5-year-old just writes their Christmas Santa wish list of things that sound good, but all of them like contradict each other. Like, yeah, Santa, I want $1 million and I want world peace, and I also want my mom to never have to work again, even though how else am I going to get the $1 million if she doesn't go to work? Oh, I don't know, Santa, just give it to me.
Secure the minimum wage by tying it to inflation.
Bro, this chick, all right, maybe she's still in college, right? Maybe she's young, she hasn't taken an economics class, but when you raise the minimum wage for no reason, all that does is just raise the prices because you're not adding value. The people are not working harder because you raise the minimum wage. So you need to compensate for that by raising the prices of food, which you just said earlier. You're going to lower the bills of groceries. This chick is just all over the place, bro. She's contradicting every other statement. Bro, this chick is contradicting more than the Quran, dude. Is shirk unforgivable or is it not unforgivable? Which one is it, bro?
And the last thing I want to do is I want to shift our foreign policy from a world of war to a world of peace.
Oh my gosh, I knew it. Santa, please give me world peace. This is crazy, bro. Well, hopefully this chick is not a Trump hater because that's exactly what Trump is doing. He has secured the world. No new wars under Trump. Abraham Accords. He's ending this war in Ukraine right now with the mineral deal. Hopefully this chick actually supports Trump because he's doing exactly what she wants.
Essentially aggressively negotiating with places instead of going to war with them.
Oh my fucking goodness. Why has no one thought of that? This chick is a genius. Just fucking negotiate them with him. Bush, why didn't you just negotiate with the people who flew planes into our fucking towers? Why didn't you just negotiate with the people who said death to America? Why didn't you just fucking negotiate with them? Now listen, guys, I know about 9/11. Okay, we know about the juice, right? The juice. Okay, don't get it. It was a joke. It's a joke.
Ending the arming of repressive regimes and spending our budget on the people instead of the rich and war.
I mean, this chick knows that America's military budget defends the entire world, right? Hopefully she's not a military defunding advocate because that would literally lead to more wars in the world.
Comment below if you have any questions.
Yeah, have you ever taken an economics class before? Or maybe just read like a book? You know what I suspect is this chick is working off of like a ChatGPT script. I don't even think this is real. I think that she asked, yo, ChatGPT, how would I be a good president? Well, advocate for world peace. Aggressively negotiate. Give food and water to everyone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just as like empty, hollow, fake good type stuff. Now, this chick is interesting. I don't think she's trolling because she's just so dedicated to this. So we're going to go through a few more of her videos. Let's just see, you know, if she has any good points or any good policies that I would make me vote for her.
Here's a hot take. The Democrats won't save us.
Okay, Sydney, we know what you're doing, pal. This is not fair, dude. Put those bazonkers away. I've never heard them be called that ever. I think I just invented that word.
A Republican, I founded my own political party because I believe that the people deserve their own voice in government.
Oh, I forgot. The only people who vote for Republicans and Democrats are AI. Humans don't vote. The people don't vote for those either. Like, I've never heard anyone vote for Republican or Democrat. It's only like AI and like dogs and furries and shit, right?
I could just hyperfixate on the policies I'm trying to make and see all this change through.
Look, chick, you need to hyperfixate your way into an economy class, and then you need to see your way through The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith, so you can destroy all these socialist talking points that you've built up in your head that are completely retarded.
You know what's crazy?
What's crazy is having whatever the frick that 5-year-old poster is in the background. Like, I mean, seriously, what even is that, bro? I'm starting to think this chick is like not all there mentally. Like, she might be age regressed down a little bit. And it also seems like that too, because this is like one of those doomer, this chick is like that doomer 13-year-old phase you go through when you figure out that government did 9/11 in middle school, and you're just like, oh, America sucks so bad. But then you sort of get out of it and you realize, well, that was just one branch of the government. That wasn't all of America, and America is still the greatest nation on earth. Like, that's where this chick's kind of stuck at, except she's 19.
The fact that people were pissed about tea being taxed high, so they had a whole rebellion and fought against their corrupt government and won and created America.
Why do people keep saying this? It was taxation without representation. Am I the only one who remembers this from like I guess I was in AP US history, but this is like normal US history, right? Taxation without representation, not just taxation, bro. That's not why they fought. It's because taxes. It's because they were not being represented. Why am I explaining this shit? This chick is running for government. She doesn't even know the fucking United States history, bro.
But right now, we are at a much worse state. We are being overtaxed. We are being underrepresented.
You are being overtaxed because of your stupid socialist policies, you fucking idiot. Oh my gosh, this chick. And last time I checked, it's still 2 representatives per state. What are you talking about? We're underrepresented. Is like California missing one or something? What's going on, bro?
Corporate greed and lobbyist money is flowing into our government, and the people's voices are being drowned out by special interests.
Oh my gosh, it's almost like corporations are run by people too. It's crazy. And those people have opinions as well. Hey, let me give you an argument for why we should allow people with more money to have more control. Because people like Jeff Bezos, who employ 1.5 million people and stimulate billions and trillions into the United States economy, making everybody richer, those people are more important to the market and to society than just your average worker, okay? So those people should have a say in what goes on in their country so we can keep the important people here. If somebody is smart enough and has worked hard enough to build up an empire of innovation like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, yeah, I want them to decide the future more than some fucking random ghetto schmuck on the side of the road that's gangbanging. What the hell?
CEO of Starbucks makes $57,000 an hour. Meanwhile, the workers at Starbucks barely get by.
It's almost like the CEO provides more value to the market by employing millions of people and serving billions of people coffee every day than an individual worker does. It's almost like the CEO incurred all the risk for starting, owning, operating, overseeing, and managing the business and incurring any financial risk. If a bad term comes, let's say a bad season comes for Starbucks, the CEO doesn't get paid, yet the workers still get paid regardless. So if you want to advocate that the workers should be making equal to the CEO, are they going to incur equal risk that the CEO does? Are they not going to get paid when there's a bad season in Starbucks, when profits are down? No, they don't want risk. They want stability and security. So they're going to get paid less. They also provide less value. Do you know how many workers there are in the world? Billions. Do you know how many CEOs there are? How many people can start a business and oversee it and manage it and have an idea like Starbucks? Well, there's only one of them right now. That's why it's more valuable. Do I have to explain this? Why do I have to explain economics, people? Basic economics.
Working people are fed up with CEOs and corporations working us to death so they can continue to get richer.
Oh, please don't give me that bullshit of working you to death, bro. You're working 4 hours a day at Starbucks, dude. You're getting chilled like air. This is crazy that we're even saying this. Maybe if you were in the 1920s and working in the fucking coal mines, 120-hour weeks, I'd maybe have some sympathy for you. But guess what? The CEO had to work 100-hour weeks to build up that company. Do you know how hard it is to run a company? No, you don't, because you would have ran one right by now. The CEO works way harder than any individual employee does to run, manage, operate, and make decisions for Starbucks, like as a whole business. This is just basic capitalism. The CEOs have more value and put in more, so he gets paid more. What?
This is why Starbucks baristas are on strike, demanding fair wages and an end to all unfair labor.
And of course, it's some union socialist bullcrap. Dude, I can go on a whole rant about unions. I'll probably make a video about them, but unions are fucking terrorists, bro. They're socialist terrorists, and we don't negotiate with terrorists. If I was a CEO of Starbucks, I would have shut that shit down and fired all of them. I'm going to tell you a story, and I want you to listen up closely, about how capitalism is the most fair thing in the world, okay? And why your stupid socialism bullcrap is retarded. When I was 14, I got a job working in this nice family restaurant. It was a Chinese restaurant. The owner was a meth head. He's nice though. He's a nice boss. Anyways, I was a busboy. how a busboy works is we take the shit off the table, we put the shit back on the table. Okay. Now, I would notice that a table would only come in every like maybe 20 minutes. So I would literally just be sitting there doing nothing for 20 minutes. And I was like, my job as it is right now is so easy that anybody can come in and replace it. And I thought so at 14, by the way. Anyone can replace my job. So if I want to secure my job and probably get paid a little bit more, let me go find something else to do right now. So in the meantime, while I was waiting for the tables to come and bust them, I would go do the side work that wasn't even meant for me to do. It was meant for the servers. I would snap them peas. Dude, I snapped so many peas. I can't think of a joke here, bro. I snapped peas. Peepees. But I did this foil wrap chicken. I snapped the peas, the string beans, all that, bro. And I would just do that nonstop because I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to work so freaking hard. I can't be replaced, right? This is my mindset at 14, by the way. Then one day, the dishwasher, he left. He quit. He gone. And I was like, perfect opportunity. Hey, boss, can you give me, I will do the dishes if you give me an extra $20 a night to do the dishes. He was like, oh, okay, that's way cheaper than just hiring another dishwasher, right? So in the meantime, when there was no tables to bust, I'd go back there, do the load of dishes, come back, bust table, go back there, do a load of dishes. I would work harder, and I got paid $20 a day extra. And I thought all this at 14, 15, 16 years old. This is what I did. I just worked hard, and I got more money. I didn't need to go join a union. I didn't need to strike and hold people's coffee hostage or hold people's airlines hostage or hold people's buses hostage, right? I didn't need to do none of that. I worked hard by myself, and my boss saw that, and he paid me more. Do you know why? I'll say it once again, because the more value you have in the market, the more you get paid. I provided more value, so I got paid more. This is why socialism doesn't work. And it's not fair. Socialism isn't fair. There are people who are not putting in shit who are getting paid the same as someone who's putting in a lot of shit. So the only thing that's going to happen is the person putting in a lot of shit is going to put in less shit. I shouldn't be cussing this much. The person who is working really hard is either going to work the same as the person who's not working at all, or they're just going to go quit to go somewhere that pays them more for more work. This is why socialism is not fair. It doesn't work. I don't know what you're talking about fairness for. This is the most unfair shit ever. And maybe, Sydney, if you dropped your anger and your bitterness. I know I'm probably the last person to be talking about this, right? But if you dropped your anger and your bitterness towards these corporations and you had a positive attitude, and maybe just read their books on how they did it. Read Donald Trump's book on the art of the deal. Read How to Think and Grow Rich by Dale Carnegie. Read what these rich people are telling you. Rich people usually just tell you how they are because they're generous like that, right? And why don't you implement it with no anger and you'll be rich too? Then you can go advocate for whatever the hell you want in politics. You can lobby too. Instead of fucking complaining and sitting on Instagram Reels all day trying to start your own fucking political party, even though you're a socialist, yeah, you say you want to lower taxes, some fucking stupid shit like that. You can actually, instead of complaining about the system, use the system and be a part of it and fight against the other people you don't like in the system. Isn't that a great plan? No, that takes work.
My healthcare. So you know what I'm doing? I decided to run for president of the United States in 2040 and start my own political party to change America. To make it a country where no one has to pay an arm and a leg for healthcare.
Sydney, I'm not your daddy. Stop making me having to educate you on all this shit, bro. Okay? But I will educate you. I'm nice. Somebody has to pay for it anyways. Even if you fucking tax the rich. That's the rich paying for it. And we all pay when the rich pays, by the way, but I'll get to that in a second. Somebody always has to pay for it. You have to tax somebody. Then the machine isn't free. The labor isn't free. They want resources for their labor. That's fair. So we pay them resources for their labor. This is fucking basic fucking economics. How is this chick going to run for president? She hasn't even read an economics 101 book.
In a country where people can have their own resources.
No, you don't. You literally want fucking socialism, which is a community chest. In Minecraft terms, this is where everyone puts all their resources in the fucking chest and somebody else gives it out to everyone. That's not having your own resources. That's having a fucking community chest. Guess what? Jonestown tried that. They fucking ate each other to death. Okay? Or sorry, Jamestown, not Jonestown. Jamestown tried that. And they ate each other to death.
And live off of them. To make it a country where no one has to starve or not have a roof under their head.
America already is that country. I'm sorry, Sydney, have you been to the fucking Philippines? They're rolling over in trash over there, dude. The poorest people in America compared to like Philippines or Africa is like luxury, dude. It's rich compared to them, right? They would kill to be in some ghetto hoodlum spot. They're literally rolling around in trash and poop over there, bro. We're already that nation. If you work, you will have a roof and food over your head. I've never seen someone who works hard and is not building wealth for themselves. In America, I've never seen that. The only people who are homeless don't fucking work. Homeless people smoke crack under the underpass all day and make it smell like meth, dude, when I'm walking past. They don't have a fucking job. They don't want a job. You think homeless people aren't lazy? Okay, here's a test for you. Sydney, the next time a homeless man comes up to you and asks for, your sandwich or your burrito or whatever, say, hey, I'll give it to you, but you gotta do 250 push-ups. Watch, he's either gonna walk off, or since you're a woman and homeless people don't have values, he's gonna fucking rape you and take the sandwich anyways.
Or suffer. Because we are the richest country in the world.
Hey, Sydney, do you know why we're the richest country? Not because of fucking socialism, because of those corporations that you hate so much. That's why we're the richest country. Because they employ hundreds of millions of people, and they stimulate trillions of dollars back into the economy. Socialist countries like Norway don't have that. That's why their GDP is dog shit. Yeah. I don't like women running for president, so I'm not even gonna really, but this is for any men who have her mindset. Read an economics book. Read Wealth of Nations. Just go to an economics class. I know colleges are liberal, but even they'll tell you that socialism doesn't lead to wealth for anyone. Because it turns out when you tell greedy rich people that, hey, no matter how many more factories you build, no matter how many more millions you employ, no matter how many new locations you open up and services you deliver to people, you're not going to make any profit because we're going to tax you 60%. Well, guess what? The greedy rich people leave your nation and no longer employ people over there and no longer stimulate the economy. Or they just stop improving the business altogether. If you build a wall to force them to stay in, they just stop building the business and people lose jobs, potential jobs they could have had. Unless you force them to make more jobs, which is slavery. But I thought Sydney was for constitutional rights. I don't know. I don't even know what she's for. Half her views contradict each other. It's insane, dude. You want to be a socialist and have free healthcare and free food and water, and yet you're going to lower taxes. I don't by taxing the rich, but that's only going to increase the taxes. And then when the rich leave, just like what happened in California, they're going to tax the citizens. Like this is, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Please don't run for president, please.
Over half of Congress is millionaires. It is time for that to change.
Yeah, let's put the crackhead down the street in charge.
Politics, you think you understand political parties? Not for the crack